tonight to talk about Model 3. And leadership on an unwavering mission. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all of my colleagues, it is my honor to welcome to the stage Mr. Elon Musk.
Why does Tesla exist? Why are we? Because it's very important to accelerate the transition to sustainable transport. It really for the future of the world. We have record high CO2 levels. We recently passed over 403 parts per million of CO2 in the atmosphere. You can see the chart, and it looks like a vertical line, and it's still climbing. And the last time there was this level of carbon concentration was 11 million years ago. That was approximately when primates started walking upright. The world was very different. We do not want to return to that situation. And what that CO2 increase results in is a steadily increasing temperature. So we've already increased by 2 degrees. In fact, that doesn't tell the whole story because the extremes of temperature increased by as much as 20 degrees. And that line is going to keep going for some time in the future. It's really important. It makes a difference if we accelerate the transition to sustainable transport. And beyond global warming, there's just the fact that combustion cars emit toxic gases. According to an MIT study, there are 53,000 deaths per year in the US alone from auto emissions. So it stands to reason that if a vehicle is spewing toxic gas, that's obviously bad for your health. And so to address this, what we came up with at Tesla was what we call the secret master plan. That I wrote, and it was originally a 3-step. It's originally a trilogy. Now it's a 4-part trilogy, as it turns out. But it needed to. We needed to figure out how could we, as a tiny company with very few resources, actually make a difference. And the only way to do this was to start small. To start with a low volume car, which is why we started with the Tesla Roadster. With any new technology, it takes multiple iterations and it takes economies of scale before you can make it great and affordable. So step one was the Roadster. The Roadster was high price and low volume, but where it really made a difference was that it showed people that it showed the world that you could make a compelling electric car. You could make a great electric car. What was unique about the Roadster was it was the first really great electric car. And before the Roadster, people thought an electric car would be slow and ugly and low range and have bad performance. And we had to break that mold. It was incredibly important to show that that wasn't true. And so we made the Roadster, which is fast, beautiful, it's great performance. For those of you who bought the Roadster, thank you. So, and we only made 500 units a year, because that's all we really could make for the Roadster. But it had a very leveraged effect. In fact, Bob Lutz, the former vice chairman of GM, actually credits the Roadster with the Chevy Bolt program. which then led to the Nissan Leaf program. And really, even though we were making very few cars, it actually had quite a huge leverage effect on the auto industry. But there was still a lot more to do. And a lot of people said, well, the Roadster is nice, but it's sort of a toy and it's very expensive, and you couldn't really make a car that people would use every day, or a car that could really compete against the great combustion sedans of the world. So we said, okay, we're going to make the Model S.
Yeah.
It's a great sedan. It can seat up to 7 people, 5 adults and 2 kids. It's tested by Road Track and Motor Trend and others as the fastest 4-door car in history, ever. It's got great technology. It's got things like autopilot, and it was rated by almost every group as the best car in its year, and by Consumer Reports as the best car ever. That is not just to achieve some superlative in cars, but to show what an electric car can do. Because nobody believed that an electric car could do this. So what was really important was to show, the reason it was important is not to achieve awards or anything like that. It was to just show the car industry, show the world that an electric car really can be the best car. That's what really mattered. And now, for cars, a sedan, and about half the market wants an SUV. So we thought, well, we'll extend the Model S platform to the Model X. Both of these are very important because the revenue from the Model S and the X is what's needed to develop the Model 3. So the Model 3 was very high volume, and all the engineering needed to achieve the cost reductions and the capabilities, it cost billions of dollars. So the S and the X are what paid for that Model 3. That's what I say for all of you who've bought an S or an X, thank you for helping make the Model 3. And so we actually have an S and an X. Has, of course, the Falcon Wing doors, which did cause us some challenges. Now, then going from the S and the X, we finally come to step 3, the final step in the master plan, which is possible to do that, but we're here, and we're here to show that to you tonight. The aspects of the Model 3, and then yeah. So let's move to describing. Okay, so that's the master plan with steps 2 and 2.5. First of all, I want to start off by saying a safe car. We really believe that safety has to come first. We care about you. We want you to be safe. This is paramount. The Model 3
battery
will
pack
not just be
chassis.
5-star on average. And even the base Model 3 will do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 6 seconds. at least an EPA rating of 250 miles. We hope to exceed them. In every car, you wouldn't need to buy an option to autopilot. 5 adults come. With much people inside. So there are two important design steps we did with the Model 3 to achieve that. One was to move the instrument panel, the firewall. There really is. When you do your rides tonight, you'll see what I mean. You're sitting a little further forward. It actually feels great on the front seats. That's what gives you the leg room to have 5 adults. So the first and second row have plenty of leg room. Then on the rear roof area is actually one continuous pane of glass. And a feeling of openness. So it has, I think, by far the best feeling, best roominess of any car in the size. Then in addition, it has, just like the Model S, it has front and rear trunks. So, more cargo capacity, gasoline car with the same external dimensions. And, yeah. Is, can you fit a 7-foot-long surfboard on the inside? The answer is yes. Yeah! Supercharging is very important, as many of you know, is that it gives you freedom of travel. It means you can conveniently go where you want, how you want. And a lot about having a car is it's about freedom. It's about going where you want to go. And so the superchargers are critical to that. So we're now at the point where we've built out over 3,600 superchargers worldwide. Double the number of Supercharger Model S is able to adapt to any country's voltage and amperage. Wherever you go in the world, if there's electricity, you can charge. Yeah. So where we are today with Teslas, we've got 215 locations in Asia, North America, and Europe. And by the end of next year, we expect more than double that to 441. Almost no matter where you are, Europe or Asia, if you're near any even mid-sized metro area, you'll be able to buy a car and get your car serviced. So. Good question. We need to achieve high volume production. So this is in 2 parts. First, there is the vehicle factory. So our Fremont factory almost. So we're confident that Tesla can achieve that number in the future in terms of vehicle production. So I think that's going to be, I wouldn't say straightforward, but very doable. In order to produce 500,000 cars a year, we would actually need battery production. We basically need to absorb the entire world's lithium-ion production. That's why we are recent pictures of the Gigafactory. This is a scale. The Gigafactory will actually have the largest footprint of any building of any kind. Second to the Boeing factory in Washington. So this is really quite an enormous facility. In fact, it'll produce more lithium-ion. And it won't just be at that volume, it'll also be producing the most advanced cell and battery in the world. The combination of high volume with the most advanced technology is what enables us to make the Model 3. And it's already operational today. Deliveries? Well, they're next year. Price? Well, of course, it'll be $35,000. If you buy no options at all, amazing car. You will not be able to buy it even if you get no options. So it's a really good car even if